If you're still craving deadly martial arts battles, legendary warriors, and a fight for survival, then buckle up, because these 5 shows will keep you on the edge of your seat. And guess what? Each of these has an IMDb rating of 7.5 or higher, so you know they're worth watching. Let's get into it. The 100, A War for Survival begins. IMDb, 7.6 out of 10. What if you thought the world was destroyed, but it wasn't? After a nuclear apocalypse wipes out civilization, the last survivors live in space. But when oxygen starts running out, the leaders send 100 teenage prisoners back to Earth. The mission? See if it's habitable again. But what they find is far worse than they imagined. Savage clans, ancient warriors, and ruthless leaders are already ruling this wasteland. And survival? It's kill or be killed. With brutal fights, betrayals, and wars that decide the fate of humanity, this is not your typical survival show. It's a full-scale war. Streaming on Netflix and available to rent on Prime Video. Marco Polo, Trapped in the Mongol Empire. IMDb, 8.0 out of 10. You know the name, but do you know the legend? When young merchant Marco Polo is captured by Mongol Emperor Kublai Khan, he expects to be executed. Instead, he becomes a pawn in one of history's most brutal kingdoms. Here, warriors train with deadly sword techniques. Spies lurk in every corner. And the emperor? He trusts no one. Marco quickly learns that in this world, loyalty is an illusion, and power is earned through blood. With jaw-dropping battle scenes, intense political rivalries, and some of the best sword fights ever put on screen. This is one historical epic you don't want to miss. Streaming on Netflix and available to rent on Prime Video.
What's inside of me? And one day you will see.
Banshee, a criminal in disguise. IMDb, 8.4 out of 10. A master thief is on the run. His past? Dangerous. His next move? Insane. He stumbles into a small town called Banshee, where the new sheriff has just been murdered. So, what does he do? He takes the dead man's identity. Now he's the law in a town filled with criminals, corrupt officials, and deadly enemies. But there's one problem. His past is coming back to kill him. Every episode is packed with brutal street fights, underground crime wars, and high-stakes revenge. If you love stories about outlaws, betrayal, and insane action, then Banshee is a must-watch. Streaming on Max and available to rent on Prime Video. The Mandalorian, a warrior, a child, a deadly mission. IMDb, 8.7 out of 10. A bounty hunter takes a job to retrieve the child. Simple, right? Except when he sees the child, something changes. He refuses to hand him over. And now, every assassin, bounty hunter, and warlord in the galaxy is coming for them. This is Star Wars like you've never seen before. Gritty, violent, and filled with epic duels. If you love lone warriors, impossible missions, and breathtaking action, then get ready for one of the best action-adventure series ever made. Streaming on Disney+. Blue Eye Samurai, A Warrior's Vengeance. IMDb, 8.9 out of 10, Feudal Japan. A time of honor and blood. But for Misu, honor means nothing. Born half white and half Japanese, she's an outcast in her own country, despised, hunted, feared. But she has one thing that keeps her alive, a kill list. 4 men, 4 powerful enemies. One of them is her father, and they all must die. The sword fights? Brutal. The action? Flawless. And the revenge? Inevitable. If you love beautifully animated battles, intense samurai duels, and a revenge story that will leave you breathless, this show is an absolute must-watch. Streaming on Netflix.
This doesn't end until you die.
Deadly fights, ruthless warriors, high-stakes revenge. If you love action-packed stories like Into the Badlands, these 5 shows will blow your mind. Which one will you watch first? Let me know in the comments. Like, comment, and subscribe for more killer recommendations.